Well, hello, my YouTube family. Welcome back to my channel, A Jamaican Journey from the US to Ghana. Today, I am here to say welcome, welcome, and welcome again. Today, I'm here to talk about my initial journey and our first trip to Ghana. So, after um, reviewing and watching the YouTube channels and making connection, I had a friend who is a US Navy veteran, and we worked together in the past before she enters the Army. And so I was telling her that I tend to like Ghana, and she was from Ghana. So she gave me some tits and bits and, information as how to go about visiting and how to get land and all of that. So initially, she introduced me to um, someone who she knows very well who helped people to get land in Ghana. And so I'm talking about litigation free land. And so she connected me with this individual. There's a fee for the service. At that time, it was like about 900 US dollars for the services, which means he would have done the research, investigate land to make sure the land is free and clear, and all of that. So my husband and I, we agreed and we bought our tickets. And we communicated with the gentleman, and he sent us um, information on the properties that were available. And he said that these properties were litigation free. Okay, we bought our tickets, and on the 24th of April 2023, we started our journey and we went to Ghana. We spent 2 weeks there. At the time, I did not have a job, so I said, why not? So um, I decided to go with my husband, and we both went together. Upon arriving at the airport, the guest house that we were staying, they sent their own vehicle to pick us up. And so, yes, they made the transition a little bit easier for us. Now, coming from the Western world, coming from Jamaica, where you have better roads, it felt like a culture shock to us. But then I remembered when I was growing up, where we came from, how life was. It was a simple life. And this was the kind of life my husband and I was looking for, a very simple life, yet enjoyable. So we went and we stayed in that, we spent the 2 weeks at that guest house. And the day after we arrived, the gentleman that is supposed to meet with us, we met with him. And as a matter of fact, we called him, and he said, okay, we do have the people available. And it was not the morning, I'm sorry. The, After we arrived that day, we called him and let him know that we were in Ghana. And so the arrangement was made for us to leave the morning at about 5, very early, because of traffic and all of that. And we met with him. He took us to, I think it was 3 or 4 different properties. One was in Shy Hills, one was in Duena, 2 was in Duena. So we met with these people. So we met with them at their office. They have an office in Ashaman. And we went with them to the location. Upon arriving at the location, we saw some that we didn't like. And so, we asked the questions that needed to ask, if the lands were litigation free, those kind of things. And he said, yes, everything was good. He has been dealing with these people for years and they're good people and everything is fine. I don't need to worry. Okay. We saw the plots that we liked, which was 1.5 plot of land. And one plot was, I think, was for 25,000 Ghana cedis. And so I think it was it? Yeah. So we bought 1.5 plots of land because we wanted to have enough land space around the property. So after we purchased the land, um, we after we saw the land, we went to the office, we did the documentation, we got the indenture prepared, and we signed documents and get receipts and everything. And they said, like maybe the week after, the indenture would be ready. But I was on the Ghana group on Facebook, which I met a wonderful person. Her name is Shay. I called her Shay. And during our conversation, she said to me, Andrea, make sure to do the search on your land. I said to her, Shay, the person that I'm looking after, that is helping me to get the land, would have done this search for us already. He said these are people that he worked with and everything was okay. Okay. Unbeknown to us, we did not know that this guy did not do his due diligence. So we said, okay. We trusted him. So I called him after speaking with Shay in the week when we were about to leave, and I said to him, I said, Louis, tell me something. I need to do a search on the land to make sure everything was okay with the land. He said to me, no, man, trust me. You can trust me. You can trust me. I've dealt with these people for years. I've worked with them. So we took it that everything was okay. So in the same week when we purchased the land, I think it was like the Friday or thereabout. I'm not sure because I don't have the dates before me. We went the week before we left. We went and we purchased materials to fence the property, which we spent maybe about another 15,000 or so for materials, like for sand, gravel, blocks, water, cement, you name it, to do the fencing. And they dug foundation, they start the fencing, and they did everything else. So within the process, before we left, we gave him some money to pay the workman to finish up the work. And I'll say, unbeknown to us, we did not know that this guy didn't do the search and that these lands were not litigation-free land, even though he said so. And I don't want to call the property name because when I get back to Ghana, whether later this year or next year, I'm going to go to their office and have a conversation with them. So the guy that was drawing the plan, so we got this, we started doing things ahead. We got the plan, started to prepare the drawing of the plan and everything. And there's this guy, he's a really nice person. He said, Madam Andrea, you need to do the search also for yourself on the land, just to make sure everything was okay. And so we paid that $1,500 additionally. That's not dollars, cedis, to get this done. We came back to America. We got pictures of the fence, what was done, what was not done, because we were supposed to buy some other blocks and cement to finish the work. So they had all the money that was supposed to pay to finish the wall, because I trusted this guy that was introduced to me by my friend. I came back in May, and somewhere I keep asking, what about the report? And so I think it was somewhere around July, I got the report. And the report that came back stated that the land belongs to the government for some side project or what have you. When I called the guy and asked him what the heck was going on because I paid my money to do the search, only to find out that the land initially had belonged to the government and they turned it over to the real estate company, but they did not change out the name into their thing. So I was not going to go through that drama. Plan was drawn, everything was done. So I said, I want back my money. And they dragged their feet. So October of last year, the friend that I met called Shay, we were communicating from that time when we met on the Facebook group. And so she said to me, Andrea, you need to get back your money. You need to get back your money. So I said, okay. I called the guy and he keeps going around in circles. So the guy that found out that the land was belonging to the government, it's not litigation free yet. He worked with her and she acted as my attorney and went to their office. I was able to get back the $45,000 that I spent to purchase the land. However, not 45,000 US dollars, but rather 45,000 Ghana cedis. I ask that when you're going to Ghana, please do your research carefully. For me, I was fortunate that I met a Jamaican girl who bought her property in Rehoboth Estates. It's a beautiful place, and she is from Canada, but she visits during the winter times to spend her time there. And she was able to get back that money from the office. The story doesn't stop there. When we tried to reach out to the gentleman that we bought the property from or the office, they said, oh, the gentleman that sold you the land is no longer working in our office. He has his own office now and you need to get to him. So up until now, this man has 23,000 Ghana cedis for us. And he said he signed paperwork that he's going to pay us back. So for some persons, it never happened for them. So I want to say to you, when you're going to Ghana to purchase land, be very careful. You can be scammed out of your money for real. Is everybody the same? No. Is every real estate the same? No. Try to make proper connections, because even now, my friend, the veteran friend, she is so upset with this person whom she introduced me to. And she's getting married in June and she's going to see him because she said, I need to get back the money that I gave him for the workman that he's holding on to. And he keeps denying that he doesn't owe us and he doesn't have that money. But, you know, for my life and for my mental health, I'm not going to, for that 20,000 cedis, or maybe it's not so much that he has remaining because he paid for some of the work, maybe about another 15,000 cedis he might have in hand for us. I just want to say to you, I am documenting this not to bash Ghana, not to tear down Ghana, but for you to understand that it is not easy just stepping into Ghana to buy land. I was told of it before I go. I've watched the videos, but yet even with all that you have put up and said, okay, you're going to want to do, you still have to be careful, because I never knew that this would have happened to us because we did our research. We paid for the search before we got there. Unbeknown to us that this guy that was introduced to us didn't do the search because he was dealing with a real estate. And one thing I also want to tell you also, do not allow them to use FOMO on you. And what FOMO is fear of missing out. Do not let them use that on you. They will try to use FOMO on you to get you to buy what you want. And they will even buy land next door to yours, because the guy that took us to the real estate that my friend introduced us to, he bought a half a plot beside us. Hello? So just be very careful. We were able to get back that money. But then my friend had also introduced me to someone else who was selling land. But the good thing about it is that we were able to do the search before we, went ahead doing the business or anything like that. We found out the same thing. So my husband and I, this time in 2024, I went back all by myself and I said, let me go. And since we were told of this land, let's start the foundation and everything like that. So when we went there, things didn't work out. So we had already purchased 2 plots in the Pan-African village, which we were looking at more for easier and simpler lifestyle, a better community where we have a lot of expatriates living. So we already bought 2 plots last year, November, in that area. So I didn't even tell my friend about that. We did that business at all in the Pan-African village in Isebo. So we went back and we went there, and it didn't work out with my friend, the one that the man had. So we had some money there, and so we were able to get another 2 plots in the same Isebo area. We got the documents, we got paperwork, got everything, and this divinely happened by me meeting with a Jamaican man named Mr. T, Mr. Talbert. His daughter has a YouTube channel called, I think her name is Cindy Royal, and he's a very good person. He was able to help us to get everything. This process was seamlessly. Before I returned, I got my paperwork and I have my documents for that 2 plots. I also have my 2 plots in the Isebo Pan-African village. So sometimes things work out, and sometimes things work out and God just works things out in a way that you least expect. And so now there's land that my children will be able to build their home on. Our children will be able to build their homes on. So, and we will be building within the Pan-African village, so that we are amongst expatriates like myself, or like-minded people. So I'm sharing this with you to understand that be careful. And within this video, you're going to see for yourself the amount of work that we did on the land that we were almost scammed out of. I've uploaded videos and pictures of the property so you understand. So we're about to register our property pretty soon. And once the registration is done for these litigation-free land, we will be able to move forward, because I refuse to build any house on the land that is not registered in our names. So thank you, my YouTube family. I love you. This is my journey. This will not deter me from returning to Ghana. Scamming is everywhere. In Jamaica, my home country, a lot of murders and all kind of stuff going on. It's everywhere. But I have a more deeper connection with the African country, because the life is simpler. Infrastructure is not all that great, but they're getting there. And what you all need to know, 5 years from now, 6 or 7 years from now, Ghana is not going to look like a third world country. A lot of diasporans, not Africa, not Ghanaians, but a Black American, white people I see also is there, and a lot of Caribbean people are moving there. And I will encourage you, go visit Ghana for yourself. Please go visit Ghana for yourself and see. And it doesn't have to be Ghana, because when I watch the videos from Go Black Africa, Wadi Maya, Alita, Web Nation, Jasmine. I watch all these guys go around and they interview people, and every person would share their journey, how they have arrived, and they are doing exceptionally well in Ghana. Do I hate America? No, I don't hate this country. It's just that I'm tired of the cold, and I'm tired of the shooting and the killing. And not only that, I am scared for my sons in this country when it comes. Even though they know the law, they will never override or walk. But I have to go where I have peace of mind, because guess what? You see peace of mind? It is key. Even if you have to live in a one room with a bathroom and a kitchen, and it's yours and no rent, no. The thing about Ghana is also is that once you move and build your house in Ghana, you're debt free. You can put your solar on your roof. You can dig your own borehole, everything. Please do not look at the structure, the infrastructures right now. It's best to get in now, because I can tell you this: 5 years from now, you will not be able to buy land in Ghana, because Ghana is becoming the next, I would say, China, or maybe past America, because of the infrastructures that are being put in place now, and a lot of things. Yes, there's a lot of scamming when it comes to land and everything in there. And remember, you're not landholders in Ghana. You're not landholders, okay? Please remember that you get a 55-year lease or a 99-year lease. It depends on where you buy your property from. But you can register it into your name. My YouTube family, thank you for watching this video. And remember, never give up. Don't quit. When the going gets tough, still push ahead, because Ghana is a beautiful place, and it reminds me of Jamaica. It reminds me of my life back home. And when you get older, you just want a simpler life, no stress. Every month in America, you got to think about the bills. Thank you for watching this video. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share this video, so that someone who is transitioning into Ghana, doesn't have any knowledge, would understand what they are up against, and that they are not to let these things deter them from going. Because when you may lose one or two, God can give you double for your trouble. Thank you.
Una ma proprio bene. Proprio ca. Bellissimo. Aiore. Beh, na come ti dai? Ecco. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening. I'm greeting you all because I didn't see you this morning, so